And like you are aware, during town hall meetings, we are supposed to present the main issue to be discussed by the stakeholders. So from our side here, my colleagues here, I will lead the presentation regarding what we think should guide this town hall meeting. What we want from the participants is that let us be very active in the interest of our communities. Let us make contributions because we have a repertoire who will be jotting down issues that are emanating from our discussion. And afterwards, we will do the best we can as Network for Justice to follow up on the issues raised during this town hall meeting. That is number one. Number two, for those who don't know Network for Justice, I want to remind us that the organization was formed in 1995 by especially academic staff of Nigerian universities. Professor Atahir Jega of Bayero University, Kano, Professor Yadudu, Professor Hafiz Abakar, Professor Nair Sada of Zaria, Dr. Usman Bugaji, Dr. Bashir Kurfi, many others, and including us. But what was the main concern of Network for Justice when it was formed? It was formed simply because in the north, especially core north where you have Muslims, a majority of the poor people suffer or become victims of policy makers and policy implementers, especially court judges, Sharia court judges, lawyers, traditional rulers, the military, you know, and many other government officials. When a poor man gets into their hands, they don't find it easy. Therefore, these academics felt, let us have an organization that will intervene in the affairs of the common man. But we are not saying that if a common man commits an offense, we are going to protect such people. No. We want to ensure that they are punished based on the provisions of the law. In a situation where people commit an offense, maybe a minor one, but they are treated as very serious criminals, I think is not good enough. So the Network for Justice has been intervening, and a lot has been achieved regarding the human rights of especially the common man. That was the founding fathers, and we are very strong, especially in the 7 northwestern states. Of course, we do go to places like Borno State, Yobe, Bauchi, Gombe, to do certain things and help. That is about our organization, Network for Justice. Now, I want to set the tone for this town hall meeting. And I have decided to caption it, the fight against corruption in Nigeria. What are the successes we have recorded, if any? What are the challenges? And based on these challenges, what are the ways forward? Because like you are aware still, the problem of corruption is still staring Nigeria on the face. So, the fight against corruption in Nigeria, what can we say have been achieved so far? Remember, when this government was campaigning, it made the fight against corruption as one of the major issues to be tackled if the government comes into power. When it came, at least as a campaign promise, it tried to show to the world that it is fighting corruption. Certain things were done, quite a number of them, at least to tell the Nigerian people and the world that the fight against corruption is on, and corruption will not be tolerated. So the president at least gave the anti-corruption agencies a lot of powers and more resources. Actually, many of them that were understaffed were allowed to recruit more staff and to go on training. And those people who are in acting capacity were given, their names were given to the National Assembly to confirm them. And those places where there were no heads, nominations were made to the National Assembly to confirm them. Whether they were confirmed by the National Assembly or not is an entirely different matter. So, when the government came in and started to fight corruption, what were those things that can be said to have been done to help in the fight against corruption? Many of us will remember the Treasury Single Account. It's a very good tool in Nigeria that has helped to ensure that all monies belonging to MDAs, ministries, departments, and agencies, the movement of monies can be monitored by the government. In the past, ministries, departments, and agencies could operate numerous accounts without the knowledge of the government. And when I say government here, I mean especially the Ministry of Finance, the CBN, Auditor General, Accountant General, all these agencies that they should know what is coming into the account of the government, what is going out. Take, for example, Federal Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Commission, Federal Revenue Allocation Commission. All this should know what is going in, what is going out, because they are the one responsible for sharing the resources of the nation to local governments, state governments, and the federal government. In the past, you know, there were ministries and departments. There was a ministry, I can't remember which one, that operated well over 80 different accounts. And those accounts were not known to many workers in the ministry. It was only the head and maybe the bursar. Therefore, it was very easy for the head, the bursar, and maybe the director of finance to collect money for whatever purpose and to take away money. Now, it's no longer possible. At least in majority of cases in Nigeria today, government revenue is mobilized and is deposited into the single treasury account. That has ensured that we have a lot of liquidity. That's why we have more money than we used to have in the local currency. And I want to tell us that Kaduna State government has borrowed a lift and is using TSA. Based on TSA, it has realized that Kaduna Polytechnic, not Kaduna Polytechnic, this Nuhu Bambali Polytechnic is the highest generator of revenue. But in the past, nobody knew. They will sell forms, a lot of forms. They are going to admit, let's say, 2,000 students, but they will sell 30,000 forms at a very high price. The money is domiciled in the Polytechnic. It doesn't go into the... But now, generate money, take it to the Treasury. At least the government... So Treasury Single Account has helped the government to monitor what comes in, what goes out. Then number two, this issue of bank verification number. Even now we have challenges. There are many banks that are misbehaving to open 2-3 accounts for people, even though they know they have other accounts, they are not tying the accounts. But the philosophy behind bank verification number is that whatever account you are opening should be tied to your biometrics. So that if you have banks, several banks and different accounts, the name should be the same, the data should be the same, the biometrics should be the same. Therefore, by the time there are suspicious transactions in one account, it can be seen. So bank verification number has helped, and I want to tell you that some countries, especially in West Africa, are borrowing the idea of bank verification number. Some of us can remember this voluntary asset and income declaration by the Federal Revenue Service. When the government came, numerous Nigerians were not paying tax. And those who were paying pittance, very small amount of money. Now a window was opened by the government to ask every Nigerian who wants to pay tax, especially corporate entities, within this period to go and pay, there will not be any punishment. And when they did, over 2 trillion naira was recovered, was gotten from the government, from the companies. Over 2 million companies that were not paying before came and paid, and they were pardoned. Now they are part of the tax net. So you can see they have become part of the companies that will have to be paying tax regularly. That has benefited the government. It is called tax amnesty. Now what we have now, if some of you are following, just 2-3 weeks ago, the government, made into effect what is called VOAS, Voluntary Offshore Asset Declaration Scheme. Now it's similar to that. VOAS is intended to ensure that all Nigerians that have assets abroad pay taxes. For our information, Nigerians have a lot of assets and wealth, some stolen, some not stolen, some is a mixture of stealing and hard work. But a lot of resources of Nigerians is outside, in America, UK, especially Dubai. There was a time we were told that in this country, if we can go and work very hard and recover loot from Dubai, Nigeria can recover as much as $600 billion from Dubai. In terms of assets, buildings, businesses, companies, hotels, liquid cash, jewelries, name it. Now what the government is doing now under VOAS, not banks, VOAS, voluntary offshore, is to give Nigerians an opening. As a Nigerian, even if you are doing legitimate business, let's say in London, and you are making profits, you are supposed to pay tax to the government. Because you are a Nigerian, maybe the origin of your wealth is here, even if it is not here, you are a national, the government protected you to become something. Therefore, if you are doing business anywhere in the world, you should pay the government tax. I can tell you that only Lema Jibril is paying tax in Nigeria. Lema Jibril is the only hero who has been anointed, who has been praised in Nigeria as somebody in Kaduna State who has been regularly be paying tax without being asked to pay tax. He felt it's an obligation. He felt it's an obligation. Nobody needs to remind him. Once it is time, he will go and pay tax. And the government, of course, workers will pay tax simply because it is deducted from the source. But suppose we were to be given our money and we are asked to go and pay, many of us are not likely to pay. So that is offshore, and I want to tell you that you have to include Nigeria in your prayers. These people that are being asked to pay are very, very influential people in Nigeria. They may not like it, they may fight back. Internally, they are fighting back. Now we are pushing them abroad. They are likely to fight back. But you know, evil will never triumph over evil. It can take time. We will fight as much as we can. There may be minor success, but eventually, you know, good will triumph over evil. So VOAS is going to help the government. Now Nigeria has Nigerian businesses in Asia, in Europe, America, Canada. Now we are going to have their database. Now this period given, if you come and declare your assets, your money, you will just pay tax. The government, if you can explain how you got your money, even your property will not be taken away. But if you are a civil servant, after paying the tax and you cannot explain how you got all this massive wealth and you have taken it abroad, then the government will have to enter into what is called plea bargain with you. Maybe the government can decide to take over 60% or 70%, and you will be left with 30% or 25%, so that you don't go to jail. But if you refuse to disclose your wealth and you are discovered, possibility is it will be taken away totally, then you'll be prosecuted. That is VOAS. Now, as you may be aware, a lot of resources have been recovered in Nigeria. I keep telling people that in my entire life, I have never seen a time when resources were recovered from thieves in Nigeria.